I'm Peter Peterson. And
You are
I,
Mr.
The
Luther.
greatest name ever.
I'm the father of...
Chris Peterson, yes.
I despised him in Smallville.
Thank you.
His
But I'm
character,
afraid
obviously, not the
you're
actor.
after the wrong
He was a great
suspects.
actor.
Right. Well, with all due respect.
I killed my son. And I can't let another one of my children suffer because of my mistakes.
He's covering for his kids.
Sorry I'm late. I brought souffle.
That is the biggest effing souffle I've ever seen. I need that in my life.
I'm glad you came, son.
Me too.
Oh, I love the camera angles then. Just to really the distance between them.
A couple of bottles help to start. Okay, I'm off.
You're not joining us, Linda?
Well, this is a family dinner.
And you're now family because you've had a baby.
You are the mother of my grandchild. Of course you're family.
Thank God he's being nice with Linda.
You were so close.
I know.
Oh, it smells delicious, Father. You have
Oh, it
outdone
looks
your always
amazing.
divine touch. Aren't you forgetting something? Or shouldn't we say grace?
I'd like to thank God for... I'm used to you being up there. Thank you, God, for
I love
this
him
food
so much.
and the company and oceans and
Amenadiel's face is
napkins.
everything.
and shoes and life.
Yeah, that about covers it, Doctor. Thank you. Amen.
That was beautiful, Linda.
Thank you.
You know, I'm glad you persuaded me to come, brother. Like you said, it's worth it, even if Dad has been a real ass. Look at what Amenadiel went through the past couple of years. All that anguish thinking he'd fallen from your favor. He lost his wings, his very sense of self.
Yeah, it's a bit dramatic.
Only to discover that he was doing it all to himself. Couldn't you have just told us that's how we all work instead of letting your favorite son think he was being brutally punished, that it was a failure?
Lucy, come on.
This is so tense and awkward.
What are you even complaining about, Lucifer? You got your own kingdom as a reward for bad behavior. Being forced to torture souls for hundreds of thousands of years was an attaboy. Sure, I was king of hell, but I was still in hell. If that's not a poisoned chalice, I don't know what is. What could possibly be worse? Sharing a face with you?
All I wanted was a nice family dinner. But apparently that's too much to ask.
Always is with families.
3 sons who want their father's love and who don't feel like they're getting it.
I don't want Dad's love.
Yes, you do, Lucifer.
I just want him to admit to the fact that he's a bad father. Would you treat Charlie the same way Dad's treated us?
Well,
Be honest, please.
I'm sorry, Dad, but I hope not.
And you'd do anything for your son, wouldn't you?
I would.
Dad, do you love us?
If I have to tell you, then I really have failed.
And no, then.
That's not what he said.
Well, he didn't say yes, did he? You know what I do when I don't want to lie? I don't answer the question. Pick that up from you.
He did say not a cryptic answer, and he didn't give one. A simple answer, he gave another cryptic one.
That you will never love us. Because you're incapable of love. And that's just sad.
Guy, such a good actor. Fair play, Tom. Fair play. Souffle? Anyone?
More wine?
It does look like he's applying for a job. It tracks with what we know.
Yeah, but something doesn't track. That looks like his girlfriend Betty. And she told us she didn't know anything about it.
Looks like Peterson wasn't the only one
Plot
lying.
thickens.
We need to bring Betty in, see what she's hiding. We have to get Peterson back.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Peterson's running.
What?
He bailed on house arrest.
He's mortal, isn't he?
It appears so.
So he'll suffer like all humans, Dad. Grow old. Die.
That would follow from the fact that he's mortal.
That's horrible.
Take me instead.
Excuse me?
I said, take me instead. Make Charlie an angel. I'll become human. Please, Father.
You'd do anything for your son.
Yes, anything.
If only fatherhood was ever that easy. I've decided to stay here a little bit longer.
Oh.
You have.
Then I will stay with you.
I don't think that would be a good idea. Michael, you're no longer welcome on Earth.
You're banishing him?
If you insist on putting it that way.
But I don't understand. Why am I the one being punished?
You're not. You see? Never easy.
So he's hoping to stay with Amenadiel and Linda. He doesn't seem to have any sort of emotion, happiness or sadness or anger. It's just all, at the minute, that is. He did show like the storm that he made brewing, so I guess that anger was there, but it didn't reflect on his face or his words or anything like that.
She killed my son.
Well, you said you killed your son. Make your mind up.
I would never. I confess because I thought one of my children had done it. I'd already lost one. I couldn't bear to lose another.
So, you were willing to sacrifice yourself for your own children?
Of course. That's what fatherhood is.
Sorry.
I'm leaving town.
And? You wanted to say goodbye?
He wants you to go
I
with him.
guess out of all the wretched beings I've met, I don't entirely hate you. And for what it's worth, Mazikeen, I'm sorry you didn't get what you wanted.
I'm sorry you didn't either.
Doesn't mean I won't. It ain't over till it's over. For either of us.
For either of us? Interesting.
I think I was wrong.
Apparently so.
Lucifer, I'm so sorry. I was supposed to give you space so that you could deal with your issues. And
Well,
then
I didn't really help there, did I?
No. But then I ended up using the case to rush you anyhow.
Detective, you have been nothing but wonderful. And you deserve to hear those 3 words back. I'll never be able to say them to you.
Why?
I've realized that I am incapable of love.
Lucifer, I know you.
You do. You know I always tell the truth. Chloe, I am so sorry. But if I ever said those 3 words to you,
It'd just be words.
it would be a lie.
But that's so not true though, because why would he do all the things that he does if he didn't love her? I don't really buy that whole I'm incapable of love thing, because I feel as though love is shown in many different ways. It's not always verbal, and he might not be able to physically say the words, but he can show how much he loves her. And the second she's in danger in any way, he drops everything for her. That's love. He puts her first. That's love. He cares about what she thinks, how she feels, what she's going through. Again, that's love. So I disagree with where he's coming from, how he feels like he's incapable of it. And it's just like Amenadiel. Amenadiel is also God's son, but he truly loves Charlie and would do anything for him. So his logic, Lucifer's logic, just doesn't make sense to me. It might make sense to him because that's the way he feels right now, and he's putting too much emphasis on the fact that his dad can't physically say the words, and that's why he got so frustrated through dinner, and he was just like, nah, see, clearly that means that he doesn't love me, even though Menadil straight away was like, I mean, he didn't say that, so. And I think he's getting a bit lost within the negatives there and not focusing on the positives, which is, because to be fair, when God said, if I have to answer that, I've failed, to me, that is, of course I love you. But the fact that you had to ask me that means that I failed as a father. That's what I took from it. Whereas I think Lucifer took from it, well, he can't even say it, so he doesn't mean it. Overall, this episode, it didn't pull me in. I thought that we would have something a little bit bigger. I did enjoy it, but it wasn't as intense or captivating, etc. as past episodes of this show. But again, it's the beginning, so they're trying to like ease us back in now, which I'm sure they'll find their feet and it'll be unreal. So there is no doubt in my mind, guys, I ain't hating it. I'm just saying it was a bit slower than what I was expecting. The things that I loved about this was Ella exploring how she feels about the whole sleeping with a serial killer thing. I love her even more. The fact that she was saying things like, oh, well, did you sleep with him? Oh no, that was me. And it's just her honest feelings. There's no hiding there, and it's like Dan said, we need more people like you in the world. Ones that show true love and empathy and compassion. That is Ella. And the bad egg, like the douchebag serial killer whose name I can't remember and I don't want to. There's a few like them in the world, but hopefully there'll be more Ellas around to keep the balance in more positive favour. And yes, because she's so lovely and caring, it does mean that she gets upset more and hurt more because of these bad people, because she cares so much. But it's important that people like her exist to brighten the world, and I totally agree with that. I think Ella is unbelievable. I love Dan's words too. I think he did an incredible job at comforting her in that time of need as well, and I just loved that whole thing. Another thing that I loved was the family dinner. I loved the way it was shot. I loved the honesty coming from Lucifer. I loved his raw emotion in those scenes. I loved the camera angles where it made us feel like we were sat at the table, or that we saw Lucifer's viewpoint, which was so stretched and far away from God at the top head of the table there. And then like the people around. I just loved it. I loved the way it was directed and executed. I did say it in the reaction, but I do think that God is going to be a really complex and hard to read character. I think that he loves his boys, I do, but I also think that he's having troubles himself juggling all the aspects of his life, and he's mainly feeling like he's failed in parenting. And as much as he wants to help his boys, he also wants that, I want you to be free to make your own decisions, and at the same time, I don't want you to do this, so I'm gonna meddle a little bit and put Chloe in your path and do this and do that. So I honestly think that he's just struggling at being a dad. And it looks as though he struggles with emotion. He seems like all on one level and very closed off as well. I'd imagine that in his head there's so much going on, but he doesn't really verbalize it or show it in any way, possibly because that will then make him feel vulnerable, which is kind of rich considering he's doing things to his sons to make them feel vulnerable. It's a difficult one to read, but it looks as though we're going to see a lot more of him, so I'm excited by that. I love that actor. I love the casting of this show. So yeah, I'm happy to see more of that. I did also like Chloe with regards to him disappearing when he was going to say that Lucifer loves her. Her reaction to that, I thought it was going to be, she's going to be pissed now because he's just disappeared and vanished in her time of need. But she really didn't. She focused on how he was feeling in that moment, and if she did anything at all to pressure him or upset him in any way, and she wanted to give him time to work things through. And I don't know, I really liked that personally. And even at the end when she was like, I made a parallel and I probably shouldn't have done that and I'm sorry, etc. But I do feel for her now, because in her head she's going to think, I love Lucifer and he's never going to love me, apparently. Again, I think that's a load of trash, but that's what's going to happen, I'd imagine, right now. And also with Maze and her needing of this soul, God said that she was perfect as she was and she wasn't happy with that answer. But Michael seems like he's definitely up to something there. He definitely said, I'll sort this out for the both of us, or something along those lines. Yeah, I'm a little apprehensive about what he's up to. Apparently he's been banished though, but clearly not when he's sat in Lux having a cheeky bever. So yeah, don't know what's really going on there. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction to 5B, the very first episode. If you did, please give this video a cheeky thumbs up, it would mean the world, and subscribe to the channel if you would like to, but as always, there's no pressure here. I have a bunch of socials which are listed there, and all of the links to them will be in the description below, so please, please, please check them out. And I hope to see you next time for another reaction. Bye guys.